Exactly why we're making this video,
Mhm.
right? So people get a sense of who we are and who might be the best coach for them. There's a coach for everyone. You just have to find the coach that fits you. Alrighty. So we're making this video so people know what to expect when they're coaching with us. So what we'll do is we'll answer people's most common questions. Okay?
Okay, let's go.
So the first question, well, this is not really a question, but share a very brief introduction of yourself. I'm Cristina. You can call me Cris. I am a credentialed master coach. My first language is Spanish. My second language is Spanglish. And my third language is English. That's me.
Okay. And I'm Glory. I am the older sister of Christina. I am queer, neurodivergent, educator, lawyer, former business owner, um, nerd, who is Puerto Rican but lives in Florida. And I have 7 cats. Yeah, there you go.
That's a big part of your identity. See, now I feel bad that I didn't give enough information in my own bio. That's
That's
fine.
okay.
It's okay to feel bad, right? There's no problem. Right. So, what is your coaching specialty? My coaching specialty is coaching anybody who wants to make the world a more sustainable and equitable place. And my style is very much centered around joyful purpose. So I truly believe that whatever we're doing in life, life is hard enough, and coaching should bring us a sense of lightness and fun, as well as intention. Um, Most of the people I coach are leaders in different areas in the world. A lot of corporate leaders, because I have an MBA from Harvard, lots of entrepreneurs, uh, and lots of people who lead in the NGO space.
All right. So I am a little different because although I'm a lawyer, I do not have an MBA. And really, what I love to do is work with people who want to learn and grow. Usually, it's people who are struggling or working something out in their lives that they're not happy with, or they want to make a change, some sort of transformation, and we work on that together. So whether that is a high school student transitioning to college, or somebody who's growing in their career, or even a woman in midlife who just thinks, well, what am I doing? Is this all there is? Um, that's who I like to work with. And basically, coaching with me is being in a safe space, being supported, and being with someone that will hear you out and um, help you work things out with love, but with honesty.
I love that answer. Yes. What is your vibe? Huh.
Go.
What is my vibe? This is my vibe. Um, I think my vibe is uh, also truth with joy. It's truth with joy and a spark. I think um, something that a lot of my clients appreciate about me is that I truly believe in them and I truly believe in myself. And I'm not perfect. I'm a little goofy um, and always joyful. So I think that is my vibe.
Okay, cool. My vibe is nerdy always. um, I am quirky. I am very accepting of people. I have worked hard to grow and learn and be comfortable with discomfort. So I am comfortable with people expressing themselves and showing emotion and being messy and being authentically themselves. So that is what my vibe is. You get to be authentically yourself. And so do I.
Yes. Bless the mess.
Yes.
The mess is where change happens, I think.
Hmm. Yes.
What do you bring to the table? I think what I bring to the table, in addition to everything I've said, is an operational brain.
Very
So,
much so.
um, yes, yes. Um, so my my first job ever was as an operational management consultant, and uh, my best grade in business school was in operations management. Um, yes, for being top 10% of the class. Um, and that what that means for my clients is that I'm always looking at tools and methodologies to make your work less painful. And by the way, to make my work less painful too. Um, and whether you're someone who's running a business, no matter what the size, I think that's valuable. Um, and if you're someone who's super creative, um, I think that is also valuable because I get to compliment you and maybe offer some ideas if you want me to offer ideas, right? Coaching is not about telling you what to do. Um, Offer you some ideas that might expand your own repertoire. So I think that's what I bring to the table.
Okay. So what do I bring to the table? I bring presence. I bring kindness. I bring experience. I have lots of life experience doing different things, um, learning different things, going through um, lots of things. We could talk about that later um, in a podcast. See, we should have a podcast. Um, so basically, I am there for my client to learn and grow. That's it. That's what I bring to the table.
Who tends to thrive with your style of coaching? The people who tend to thrive with my style of coaching are people who appreciate a bit of humor in in their growth soup. Okay, and I think also other people who tend to thrive with my style of coaching are people who have clarity around what they want to explore in each session. When people come with a very clear agenda and they're like, this is what I want, this is what I want to get to, I have no idea how to get to that, let's go. Those people tend to love my coaching. Let's see, anything else to add around that? So I get, as I said, I get a lot of people who are leaders who want to lead more, or people who are leaders and they don't really realize that they're leaders. But, sort of want to step into that space.
That's really interesting to me because people who thrive with me are totally different. They're the people who want to explore what they think and who know they want to make some sort of change or are not quite happy with where they are or what they're doing, and they want time and space to figure that out. So it's less about the plan of getting there, it's more about the journey. So yes, people who thrive with me tend to not know what the destination is going to look like. And I am happy with that as well. Also, people who thrive with me, neurodivergent people, definitely. We understand each other. So it's a safe space for that as well.
Yeah, I think the people who tend to thrive with you, I think, are people who are in need of a safe space,
Mhm.
who might not find a safe space anywhere else in society.
Mhm.
When I think of people who particularly would thrive and would love to be with you,
Yes, I agree.
I think that's your,
Those are my people.
yes, so your peeps.
Yes.
And then the square people, send them to me.
Well, that's when we complement each other.
Right. Let's see. What is your coaching process? This is an interesting question. So I think the way I will answer this question is by providing the abbreviated version of my first day of school speech, i.e., what I tell my clients in the first session or the discovery session. And the discovery session is a session where you're basically interviewing a potential coach. So my coaching process is based around my client, right? My only agenda when I'm coaching is to make you successful in your own way and in your own style. I am an experienced enough coach that I can dance to whatever tune you play. I adapt to you, not the other way around. And coaching for me is like a lab, right? A laboratory or a laboratory, depending on where you are in the world. And in that lab, my client, you, are the lead scientist, And I am the trusty junior scientist, very knowledgeable junior scientist, but a junior scientist just the same, because I follow you. And the way we do this is that typically during the first session, we talk about what is your goal in coaching? What brought you here? Where do you want to get to? How do you want to feel in that end point? What do you want your life to look like at the end point? And then in each coaching session, it's like a mini lab where we explore a specific part of that. And you decide what part of that it may be, right? It may be something that's related to a challenge at work, or it may be something related to a particular activity you want to achieve. And once we establish what it is that we want to focus on a session, and what you want to get out of that session, right? Whether it's a list of something, a plan for something, clarity around something, a practice around something, whatever it may be, then we move on to the part of the session where it's all about transformation. And I ask you open-ended questions. And the magic in coaching to me is that when you take things out of that spaghetti that we all have in our brains, you take it out and you order it to show to your coach, you're seeing things for yourself as well. You're getting your own aha moments. That's why you're the lead scientist. Then, towards the almost the end of the session, I will always ask you, so what's the experiment going to be? Remember, we're in a lab. Aha. And the experiment, what I mean by that is, how are you going to take the learning that you had during the session and practice it, apply it in the real world? And since this is a lab, I am trained as your junior scientist to observe instead of judge. So I don't see things through the filter of, oh, that's right, that's wrong, I agree, I disagree. I only see data points. Whatever you do, don't say, data points to me. So you go off into the world, you may do the experiment, you might not. Data points, remember. And at the end of the session, I will always ask you, what did you learn about yourself today? And what's your takeaway from today's session? It's just a way to consolidate the learning. And when you come back for the next session, I'll ask you about the experiment. How did it go? And you'll tell me, hey, we need to fine tune this, or I didn't do it, or whatever it is. And then we move on to our focus for the day. So that, my friends, is my coaching process.
It's so beautiful.
So
That's so
lovely.
different from me.
So lovely. It's different from yours. Tell me about your stuff.
Well, what is the same is that it's client driven. I follow whatever the client leads, wherever the client leads. And I also don't judge. It's all information. However, I am a lot less outcome driven. I think because my clients tend not to know what their outcome is, so we spend a lot of time thinking about and talking about what their situation is and what their dream is for themselves or their lives. So what do they want, if you had, I like magic wands. So if you had a magic wand, what and removed every obstacle, what is it that you would want your life to look like, feel like? Um, paint me a picture sort of thing. And then what our work is okay, what are you going to do to get a step closer to that? And why is that important? And all those things to discover more authentic, sustainable, joyful life for yourself every day. Um, yes, I have tried to send people off with experiments, but because I don't like to be told um, what to do or to commit to doing something in particular necessarily, that just doesn't work for me. So if you're like me, then you should come coach with me. If you're like Christina, then that you really should go with Cris because we really are very different. Um, there you go.
That well, that's what makes it special,
Yes.
right? Um, if all coaches were the same, and if we were the same, there wouldn't be the depth.
It'd be very boring.
Yeah, absolutely. So, is there anything that you think that I missed about me?
I think, well, you touched upon it, but I think you bring you've done consulting and all those things, so you have a knowledge of business and of management and
Project management.
project management, um, multicultural, multinational, um, uh, all these things that, you know, from a Harvard MBA and a lot of years in business and in coaching that really inform your coaching and how you show up for your clients and that they value because you're a peer to managers and directors and presidents and vice presidents and all these people, um, so they feel comfortable exploring things that they might not be so great at the moment. um, I think that's important, and it's an important distinction. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. It is true.
Yes.
It's all true. And finally for me, um, one of my peers once described me as depth without distance.
That is really good. I agree with that.
I think that's a good summary. Depth without distance.
That is nice.
Yes. So, okay, what do we think, if anything, we might have missed about you? I think people should know.
I am delightful and charming.
You are. You're my
And
older
never, yes,
sister.
and never ask me a question that you don't really want the answer to.
That's true. You're direct and loving and radically authentic, I think.
I try very hard.
You're you're very much yourself. And one thing that I think we may highlight is that you're very literary, right? You thrive with the written word. You love reading. Um, you love, uh, you're very good at doing things with your hands. And so I think people who are artistic and creative, um, and who love to explore imaginary worlds
Mhm.
would really thrive with you.
I agree.
Well, have we talked enough?
I think we have.
If you're
We
still
really do need a podcast.
okay, well, thank you everyone for listening. We hope this has clarified some of your thinking about the type of coach you would like to have.